This is my Mandalorian suit that I've made from scratch by sewing and 3D printing. Everything in this project is handmade using a simple sweatshirt, pants, some foam, a 3D printer, and a sewing machine. It's all makeshift and DIY, and this video serves as a tutorial where I'll do my best to walk you through how I created it and how you can too. So grab a notebook and a pen to take notes, or just sit back, relax, and enjoy. If you want more videos like this, let me know down in the comments, along with ideas for what I should make next. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's roll the intro. Before we jump in, I just want to let you know that these are old videos that I'm re-uploading. Moving forward, the quality will be much better, so stay tuned. Also, if you're into airsoft content and guides, make sure to check out my main channel, Bad and the Armor. Now let's dive into the video. Here you can see Ultimaker Cura open. Back when I filmed this, my printer of choice was the Creality Ender 3 Max, and I used Ultimaker Cura, so I'll show you the settings I use for those prints. Since then, I've upgraded to the Bambu Lab A1 and now use Bambu Studio, which you'll see in the future videos. These settings may be slow, but they result in high quality prints. They work well for both small prints and large prints with fine details. For smaller parts, I use resin printing since it provides high resolution and a smooth surface. I use Cheetah Box with Elegoo Saturn for those prints. Here are all the parts I've printed. The grav charges, band braces or the gauntlets, leg and hand armor, the rest of the Beskar armor, Mando's blaster, Beskar Spearhead, which I'll attach to an old broomstick to create the full Beskar Spear. And of course his helmet. I actually made this helmet a while ago on another channel, but wasn't great, so this time I'm redoing the entire process properly. Now let's start the sanding process. I begin with a 60 grit sandpaper, which is very rough. This helps remove layer lines as fast as possible, so I don't have to keep going back and forth with sanding and priming later on. After that, I move up to 120 grit sandpaper. Then 220 grit, where most of the lines disappear. Once everything is sanded smooth, I apply filler primer. The thicker the primer, the better. But you can also use multiple coats if needed. Some prints, especially the gauntlets, had massive layer shifts due to my old printer, which is why primer is crucial here. When the filler primer dries, I use spray putty. You can also use sanding putty or wood filler mixed with a bit of acetone. I then sand again with 320 grit using an orbital sander to speed up the process, but you can totally do this by hand as well. Next, I wash and dry the prints before painting. Then I apply chrome gloss silver paint as a base coat. Once that's done, I use a 600 grit wet sandpaper to make sure the surface is ultra smooth. After that, I give everything 3 coats of silver to fully cover any remaining layer lines. Now you can see that all the layer lines are gone, and I apply graphite powder to give the armor its metallic look. I prefer a more battle-worn style, so instead of shiny Mandalorian finish, mine will be gritty, muddy, and matte. Next, let's start on the flight suit. Instead of building from scratch, I found the cheapest method. I got a dark brown pair of pants and a sweatshirt that match Mando's suit color. For the sweatshirt, I turned it inside out, cut along the sewing lines, and fully opened it up. Think of it as a reverse engineering a blueprint rather than trying to invent an entirely new suit. This saves a ton of time. I cut the pants along the sewing lines to add the white lines Mando has on his flight suit. I shortened the sleeves into a t-shirt since I needed an extra layer. I cut them and sewed the edges about 1 centimeter from the inside. I then cut the arms, stitched them inside out, and used chalk to mark spots for the vest. For the vest, I cut 2 fabric pieces, one for the front and one for the back, and added a foam layer between them for extra structure. Then I sewed everything together, leaving the bottom open to add foam later. I also cut additional foam pieces for the hips and belly armor, then painted them navy blue. After working with foam, I realized I might need something more durable, or maybe even 3D print those pieces instead, since the foam doesn't hold paint very well and there are some visible cracks. I've read about plastic dip and higher quality foam, but since I'm new to foam crafting, I'll have to explore those options further down the line. For the gloves, I used an old black leather glove, cut off the fingertips, and layered it over another glove. Then, I airbrushed the cheaper gloves yellow to match Mando's look. To create the holster, I marked and cut 2 leather pieces, measured the blaster, and stitched them together. I also made a belt pouch by combining leather parts. These are just scraps of leather I had lying around or salvaged from old bags I found. I made these thin leather greaves and hot glued a strap to the back. These will sit under the shin guards. Here's a closer look at the belt pouch I made. And this is the holster. I found an old belt, glued all my pieces onto it, then spray painted everything dark brown. After that, I painted the grav charges. It was time to assemble the belt. I also created a bandolier just by following reference photos I found online, cutting and gluing leather together to match the design. I cut the tip of a broomstick and attached the 3D printed spearhead to the top to create the Beskar Spear. Next, I painted the hand protectors and secured them to the gloves using Velcro tape. Then I weathered the shin guards. It doesn't need to look perfect, it just needs to look worn and battle ready. For the blaster, I painted the matte black, added gold accents, and used gunmetal paint for wear and tear. I then painted the grip in oak brown. Finally, I attached all the armor pieces using Velcro tape, and with that we were done. And that's how I built my Mandalorian suit from scratch. For my first suit, I think this turned out pretty great. From here on out, my goal is to keep improving, refining the process, and making them better every time. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more builds, and I'll see you in the next video.